Never did a day, my money long like I was 40. Ain't proud, but we made them birds fly like Jeffrey Lurie. With a fork, I'm like Poseidon, water whipping with a trident. You want the graveyard? We the ones that's gonna supply it. Hard rock, skeleton from men dying. And that wet came from? It came from tears of mothers crying. And that grass came from the gravesite where you could find them.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Yeah, tonight at midnight, tap in. First single will be on iTunes, all streaming platforms. Song called Money Block. It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. Tap in. And I'm doing a contest for that one too, man. So anybody, if you could get me, you know what I'm saying, like the story on IG, the song should be on Instagram too. The story on IG, put it up there, blah, 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 blah. I'm picking 3 random people, you know what I'm saying? I'm cash apping them $50 tomorrow, so $150 total, picking 3 random people. Put it on the IG story, you know what I'm saying? That's all you gotta do to enter. Put it on your IG story, tag me. And tag me too. And you already know this video is brought to you by Big Manscaped. Big Manscaped in the building, man. Everything you need. Body sprays, all of that. Use code Brunson, save 20% off, get the free shipping. And the free shipping, I'll for that for y'all. Somebody hit me up, man. They said, LB. I said, what's up? They said, the Eagles still looking at wide receivers. How you feel about that? I said, they better be. That's absolutely the right thing for the Philadelphia Eagles to be doing right now. You know what I mean? And shout out to my guy, Dave Dust, man. He put me onto some information that I never even thought about looking up. And y'all know that I look up some of the most random stuff, especially when it's time to prove a case. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't think I had to prove a case. We all know our wide receiver history, and we know what that is. But it gets even more alarming when you really look at the numbers. So, the Philadelphia Eagles are talking about trading for Brandin Cooks. Brandin Cooks is by far the most underrated wide receiver in the National Football League. By far the most underrated wide receiver in the National Football League. Everybody talks about Jarvis Landry and says Jarvis Landry is an A-class player or a top wide receiver. You know what I mean? He's considered a top guy in the National Football League. But I haven't really seen, you know what I mean? When did he take over the game? I've seen Brandin Cooks have 1,000-yard seasons for 3 teams. He had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with the Houston Texans. The dude still got a lot left in the tank. This dude is just dynamic, and he doesn't need a high volume of catches to be dynamic. He's very, very dynamic. You know, the big playability, take the top off. I mean, dude would be an excellent fit for the Philadelphia Eagles, man. An excellent fit for the Philadelphia Eagles. An excellent fit for anybody. You know what I mean? He's already proven. Don't tell me how small he is. Don't tell me how short he is. He's already proven that he could put up multiple. He could get like 5,000-yard seasons. Quietly under a lot of people knows. Closing in on what? Like I think he closing in on. I want to say he closing in on 8,000 receiving yards total or something like that. He ain't sweet, bro, and that would be a great thing for the Philadelphia Eagles if you were to trade for Brandin Cooks. Brandin Cooks automatically becomes the second best wide receiver in Philadelphia Eagles history. Automatically the second best wide receiver, and he going past Harold Carmichael probably. And receiving yards. He probably ain't gonna catch him in touchdowns. He's gonna catch him in receiving yards before his career is over. Already, that's how porous our wide receiving history is. That's how poor it is. And it speaks volumes about the organization. It speaks volumes to have a wide receiver history, you know, this kind of lackluster when you think about it. I don't know other teams' wide receiver history, but the Philadelphia Eagles don't have a wide receiver who's ever had, I believe, 10,000 yards in the season. No, because Harold Carmichael is the top guy with 8,900. You know what I mean? We don't have a wide receiver with 80 touchdowns or more. We've never had a wide receiver. I think actually Irvin Fryer has the record for most receptions with like 80 something. You know what I mean? Shout out my guy Dave Dust. I think he put me on that information as well. And I mean, it's baffling to me, man. It's baffling to me how bad this really is. So the number one guy that we have is Harold Carmichael. 8,900 receiving yards. After that, it's not even nobody in the sevens. It drops down to 65. Harold Carmichael was closer to 9,000 receiving yards. It drops down to 65. Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson has been here twice. And he's the second best guy. He's been here twice with 65. You know, he's that guy. Third is Mike Quick. 64. You know what I mean? Deshaun Jackson passed Mike Quick. Fourth is Jeremy Maclin. Now look how it's 2 older guys, and then it's one guy still active. It's not a lot of franchises who got the active guy still there, and he's top 2 in receiving yards. Not to my knowledge, man. There's not a lot of franchises who got that. Unless you're a younger franchise. I don't know. Macklin is the number 5th receiver. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, the 4th best receiver in Eagles franchise history. That's crazy, man. That's crazy to me, bro. The 4th best? That's high. That's high. Then the 5th best is Ben Hawkins. 6 is Freddie Mitchell. Now, no, I like Freddie Mitchell. We all know Freddie Mitchell should not be the 6th best wide receiver in your franchise history. We know that. Jason Avant is 8. You know what I mean? 7 was Calvin Williams. Harold Jackson was 9. Charles Smith was 10. Michael Irvin was 11. Jordan Matthews 12. Todd Pinkston 13. Todd Pinkston in your top 15. Reggie Brown. Nelson Aguilar 15. We talk so bad about Nelson Aguilar. He's the 15th best wide receiver we ever had in the building. Riley Cooper after that. Alshon Jeffrey after that. You know what I mean? T.O. ain't play here that long. But then you go to the bottom of the list. This is what really took me for a loop. You go to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You go to the bottom 5. I'm going to do the bottom 6. You go to the bottom 6 of this list. Now, I guess they doing this by a minimum of snaps. Because the last guy's Antonio Freeman with 600 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's the last guy. The bottom 6 has Greg Ward, Quez Watkins, Dante Stallworth, Jalen Reagor, Jeff Graham, and Antonio Freeman. Now, why is the bottom 6 important to me? The bottom 6 is important to me because this is calculated by a minimum of snaps. The Philadelphia Eagles have 1, 2, 3 guys getting meaningful minutes on the active roster today. But in the bottom 6 of receiving yards in franchise history. Now, I understand Quez being there. He's fairly new. I kind of get it for Jalen Reagor as well. But this is the minimum of snaps. These guys are getting starting quality time. We got young guys who are on the bottom of this list that I expect to climb up. So this lets you know where we are right now. We got young guys at the bottom of the list getting starting minutes. You got to add a presence like Brandin Cooks. If you look at it from that standpoint, being as though your team is at the bottom of this, I mean, Jalen Reagor is the 3rd worst right now in franchise history in terms of receiving yards, based on I guess utilization. He's getting used enough. He was a first-round pick. I'll break it to you like this: Smitty not in the bottom 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Smitty's in the bottom 8. You know what I mean? So I guess if you want to go bottom 10, you can add Smitty in there too. But Smitty got 916 receiving yards. I don't know, man. You got to do something about this receiving core or you're going to be in a heap of trouble. Man. Brandin Cooks makes sense. He already under a contract, I believe. And you could just give up a second round. You probably give up a 3rd round pick right now for Brandin Cooks. You got 2 of them. Give him a 3rd and a 6th. Nah, that's too much. But give him a 3rd. Head up 3rd in this deep draft. I'll take my chances with it. It's either that or you wait till the 2nd round and draft a guy like Sky Moore, who could probably be like what Brandin Cooks is. But, that's my thoughts on that, man. I like the move if they're going to go get him. You know what I mean? I think, we need to put some more firepower in the history of our wide receiver room as well. But we're going to see how this thing shake out, man. You know the vibes, man. Let me know what you think in the comments, man.